put it over this way. I can't see it. Commercial law applied. Learn to play the game. Oh, okay. Who's it by? Who's the author? Hold up. Let me see who the
Who's
author
the
is.
author on that?
David
They,
Robinson.
okay.
Yeah.
Never,
I would say this, and me and Will don't agree on much stuff, but I'm gonna tell you this.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the way it be. That's the way it's got to be, though. You know, we don't want to agree on everything.
But listen, I go get the UCC book and
Yeah.
start from the front of
Well,
the UCC book.
and
Yeah.
more importantly, read the UCC Connection by Howard Freeman.
Howard Freeman, yeah.
Yeah, because now what y'all doing now is a lot of new stuff in there now, and a lot of people are approaching it theoretically without any practical application. My thing was the combination of theory and practice. Okay, on the Bible, from a biblical perspective, is faith and works.
Yep.
So you can't just sit up here and tell me, "Oh, I read a book and it sounds intriguing," because theory is always great. Mike Tyson said, "Everybody's got a plan
Until they get
hit in the mouth." Right? So
Okay,
we want to know what happened to you after you got hit in the mouth.
Yeah.
Don't tell me all your theory, all the books you read and everything, and you romanticizing about it. So I say read the book, but get Howard Freeman's UCC Connection, and I think he's most honest about the uniform.
Get Connection. You can also, and I don't. This has nothing to do with what I do inside of a courtroom. UCC Connection, Creature from Jekyll Island. There's another one that you're not saying, and also I say get the UCC.
Oh, okay.
There's one you're missing, Will. There's one you're missing. The UCC Connection, Creature from Jekyll Island. Get the UCC book, and there's one you're missing.
Well, yeah. Now the creature. Are y'all familiar with the Creature from Jekyll Island?
No, first time I heard it.
No, I don't talk about none of that here. But no,
Okay, that's good.
I don't go into everything that I know.
Right.
I've learned along the way. Like, for the longest, people thought I was Muslim, which I have nothing against the nation or
right. Me neither.
I've just studied a lot of religion because Humanities 2 was closed. So I ended up starting I took world religion and then it went on from there. But then you meet people who have, what would you call it, Will? Person, like practical application. They can tell you, this is my story.
Yeah. That's the thing I like about
me with some people. He said he likes people who have their heads cracked. I don't like to see that. But what he said earlier was, if somebody says this works, your question should be, show me how it's ever worked for you. That's not.
Now, one thing with me and Greg would differ on is that, like, let's say Pascal.
Pascal.
If you read, now Greg is much more sympathetic than I am. Now, if you want to read that book, I tell people, hey, read the book, go do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And get your skull cracked. That's the practical experience you learn. But Greg would tell you, hey, listen, don't do it. Read the book, but don't do it. Be more cautious. I say, no. Go on out there. If you think you're smart enough from reading that book to apply it, then go right ahead. I tell people, go right ahead and get your skull cracked, and then come back and tell us what you share your experience. But Greg, he's gonna use caution. Yeah, don't go do it like that.
Yeah,
so I'm a little more adventurous.
But the best way to learn is by experience.
I think so. Yeah, I know so. I know so.
Without a doubt.
So you gotta live it.
But I don't want to take y'all off the subject of child support, though. I don't want to take y'all off that subject if that's what y'all discussing.
Apparently, people are selling paperwork, or people aren't answering the phones. Things that Will has a saying. I've had my phone number for like 1,000 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My phone number's on the internet, and when people say, "Hey, I'm surprised you answered," well, you called me. What are you talking about? There's certain games I don't play, especially when it comes to people's freedom. But walking through experience. Honestly, I had to give credit to this guy on the phone, Will, on the Zoom call. People who are just now seeing him for the first time in this form. If you go back to when I was on high frequency and even before, it's actually Will that started me to doing the Dropbox. He said, done, and then let them make their own decision, but let them make their decision based upon. He said what he said, but if you're going to provide a service to anybody. Or you want, because I can't give you advice. I can just explain what I went through, but he said you should be able to show him what you went through.
So does Will have a Dropbox?
You all should be asking. And you should be asking. I'm sorry, what are you going to say, Johnny?
Do you have a Dropbox, Will?
He has.
Oh, yeah, I use Tony's now. I use it with Tony.
But hey, tell them about your how they can contact you or watch any of you all's because we used to do a show called Squid University. We've done some in-depth readings. And even things I didn't necessarily agree with, but we've done some readings of everything from